The Atlanta Falcons are a team that are closer than a lot of people think they are. There's kind of a reason why I've avoided them as our franchise team here in Madden for a couple of years now, because I think they have some playmakers, especially with Kyle Pitts kind of finally becoming the guy that us Madden franchise people have been begging him to become. I think they have a good enough roster if they could just get some okay quarterback play. Like, if this had as a team that had Aaron Rodgers instead of the Steelers, this is probably one of those Steelers teams, right, that are just barely maybe sneaking into the playoffs or just barely out of it, instead of being, what are they now, 6-9, 6-10 maybe. I'm recording this just before the game, so I'm not sure why I would do that, but I did anyways. But yes, this team has a good amount of players on both sides of the ball, specifically the offense. They just need a little bit better of quarterback play. Now, with that being said, it's not perfect, right? They could use a new right tackle. They could definitely use a new wide receiver too. And we obviously talked about the QB already, but this team, again, I don't know what it is with centers, but they seem to be all right there as they get a new guy, Nuzul. I don't even know if that's how you actually pronounce his name. I boosted him up here a little bit because he's like a 78 overall normal. He deserves star. I think even 82 overall is probably pretty low for him, but obviously looks pretty solid because he has played very well. This is an offensive line that is actually pretty damn good. Top half of the league for sure. And then, obviously Drake London has been solid. Pitts has finally had a really good year. And then Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs in the league, obviously. Defensively, this is where they put a lot of their draft capital in, and I think for the most part, it's been good. I don't think these, edge rushers have been truly elite, but I think Pierce and Walker have been fair for rookies. I think they've been good. Pierce is, almost double-digit sacks, maybe even has them by the time you see this video. Safeties, obviously you really like Bates. Watson Madden looks great. He's got some speed. He's hitting dev. Cornerback is another big positional need for this team. You have A.J. Terrell, of course, who is by far the best cornerback on this team. After that, though, you really don't like them. I know most teams don't like their cornerbacks in general. They always feel like they could be, their depth could be better. This team really just needs a number 2 for sure. DT, obviously a huge problem as well. But overall, this team, I think, is trending in the upwards direction. It's just, can they get a quarterback they can depend on? Is that Penix? I really don't think so. I think a lot of Falcons fans are probably on the we need a new quarterback train, or at least I don't know if I'm happy with our quarterback situation train, especially with the injuries, let alone the actual on-field performances. So definitely going to be looking in free agency, maybe the draft. And with that, hopefully we can get a guy that maybe we can build around. Because, again, I don't hate the weapons. I don't hate the defense even. I just think, again, without that quarterback, it really just, it's the difference between, maybe a Buffalo Bills team and an Atlanta Falcons team. It's crazy to think, but there's kind of an argument to be made there. But of course, I'm not going to be perfect in these. I can't watch every single team. Sometimes I can't even stomach watching the Packers, all right? So if you're a Falcons fan, let me know what you think about some of those points. And more importantly, what do you think the biggest issues are on the roster? And who do you hope they draft/target? And then in general, if you enjoy this video, no matter who you are, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification to all so you know when the next upload is up. And then the biggest thing you can do is let me know what team you want to see rebuilt next. I'm kind of thinking Saints. I'm thinking the Saints could be next. Either way, let's get into this rebuild that, I don't know, I like our odds. I like our odds. Oh my God, the injuries. Before the season ends, though, let's take a look at these contracts. Oh God. So they tried to get Ebikidi back and Algier, and they said no. Nuzul, oh no, he needs a 2-year now? Well, we'll figure it out later. I don't know what Kirk Cousins' situation is like, but it's probably great for him. Not so much for us. And I think that's it. Everyone else is probably heading to free agency. All right, EA has this team going 6-11. Pretty realistic, but who the hell knows? You guys know more than I do at this point. Looking at the season stuff. This is the stuff, all right? Stats and awards, though, not a whole lot to look at, right? Touchdown to pick ratio looks okay, but that's just today's NFL. It really is. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that are throwing more picks than touchdowns anymore. It just doesn't exist. The rules are just different. The way the game is played is different. So this might look good, but this team still absolutely has a quarterback problem. There's no question about it. Bijan Robinson looking good, obviously. London Pitts, we love those. The London Pitts. Offensive line, fair. Very good. Pass rush, Walker finished with 8.5. Pierce with 9. Rookie of the year potentially for Pierce, question mark. Watts was actually solid with 4 picks. Kicking was good enough. Punting, it's real life. It's not in-game. In-game, 50 yards per punt is kind of the range of being good plus. Any awards? Rookie of the Year, please. Rookie of the Year, please. That's probably not the guy I would have wanted to have the Rookie of the Year, but I think both guys here are going to develop anyway. So, in theory, it actually probably was the best option to get Watts the Rookie of the Year award. So, fair enough. Solid. We'll take it. But yeah, obviously this first quote-unquote year, which we're not really going to count as a year, didn't really go as you'd want it to. And you do have the Rams taking on the Bills. I mean, I could see it, I suppose, but will it happen? I have no idea. All I'm saying is it'd be cool to see the... Oh, look at all the money we have. Kirk Cousins must have retired. But yeah, it'd be cool to see the NFC North maybe win a playoff game this year. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. 24-21. Interesting stuff. Let's take a look at the teams. Again, we probably have retirements. Penix. Wait, he's a 71 overall all of a sudden? Forgot about that crap, dude. He's normally a 75, which I think is a bit high, especially with star dev. But anything else? Pitts, superstar. Huge, actually. Huge. We'll take that. Did they pay him on his own? On their own? Something that kind of sucks about doing these is that they get the contracts done before we have a chance to, hey, maybe you don't want to actually keep that guy. And they did. I have no idea what kind of contract that is, but it doesn't look too bad, I think. I think it's fine. Whatever they offer, that's probably what I would have offered, so it doesn't really matter. And then defensively, Watts goes to superstar. Like I said, I think the edge is going to develop fine on their own. So 24-year-old Watts getting to superstar is maybe the better option. We'll have to see when it's all said and done. But yeah, again, I don't hate some of the players on this team. At least half of them. Of course, Dorless goes to star, but I don't think it's going to really matter. But a lot of DTs, a lot of players in general that need to be replaced. So maybe we don't get to them all. Oh, no! I didn't notice it at first. Jake. No way. Jake Matthews gone too. No wonder why all the money. Look at all these. I mean, that's a lot of money between those three. But hey, you can pretty much sign anyone you want in free agency. So the silver lining, would definitely have loved to keep Jake Matthews, though, if we could. If you're for Bijan. Yeah, Bijan's going to be on our team. I don't know how I can't say his name. It's Bijan. And I always say Bijan. It's Bijan. Say it right. Don't say it at all, bozo. Yeah, we're pretty much going to free agency with all those other names just being left out. The big question is Malik Willis there? Because that is a guy I want to focus on. Sadly, we don't really need safety because Cross is here and he's star dev, and I would have loved to have him. Unfortunately, we don't need safety, so that's unfortunate. It is a GG. Willis, he is here. 20 million per. Do I really play this market? Now, the thing is, if I get him, I'm making him a 75 overall. Penix is 75 overall in the game. I think Willis deserves to be 75 overall. Straight up. I also don't think his contract is 20 million per. But you never know. There's quite a bit of teams looking for a QB right now, and he's shown some promise. I will say it's hard not to really like him. I do think a lot does have to do with Matt LaFleur. There's teams that are seeing a completely different playbook with Willis out there, and you might argue, oh, well, they got to see him with the Bears, and, the Ravens should be more prepared. Well, it's still not enough. You need at least a half a season to really see, okay, this is what the Packers are going to do with Malik Willis. This is his strengths. These are his weaknesses. This is what we have to do, right? Like, he doesn't still seem that comfortable in the pocket. I mean, he just seems like a comfortable player in general, but he does like to scramble out even when he doesn't need to, which, I don't know. That's kind of a knock on him, but overall, I'm willing to go Malik Willis. I think he's a good fit for this Falcons team, and I think he deserves to be a 75 overall based on what we've seen last year and this year. I think even 75 is probably a little low, just from watching how he has played, not factoring in the playbook stuff and what we look like on a different team. Just from what we have seen, talent-wise, I think 75 overall is more than fair. So we're going to boost him up to a 75, assuming we get him. Still do have $70 million, so we're pretty locked in with Willis. We'd get a +2 from him with the training camp. It's still going to be a little bit of a long shot to develop him, but I think it's kind of a fun one. I think this is a pretty realistic option for the Falcons, and I want to see how it goes. Assuming, once again, we get him. Maybe not. But I'd say the title, assuming we do get him, probably pretty telling. So I have her on a bunch of players, and Malik Willis is the only one we got. 3 years, 63 is what it ended up being. Again, we're going to bump him up to a 75 overall. I'm going to try to do that without changing his accuracy too much. Close enough. 74 overall. Fair enough. 75 overall is going to be the overall. Nah, we are going to make him 75. I wanted to be on par with Penix before he regressed, of course. All right, that awareness is 75 now. That is good enough. All right, in the draft, then, of course, unfortunately, the Falcons traded away their first-round pick. Hey, I like the pass rush, so it is what it is. Quarterbacks, we put some on the board just in case. Just in case we find an option a little later. Oh, Antonio Williams is actually not bad. Definitely want a wide receiver. Williams could be that guy. Lance also not bad at all either for a 3-4. He is 23, but he's got that 6'3", wide receiver 1/2 build. And then you have Coleman, who's a little bit different. I scouted him further just because I like the speed. And, I mean, he's better than his day 3 rank and grade, but I don't know about that. And then the rest, cornerback is probably one of the biggest positional needs. This team can't afford to trade up, though. At best, you're going to 32. I know I should be just slow simming it, but I'm not going higher than 32-ish. Even this is going to cost us a third-round pick to move up to. Why is some of the wide receivers still here? Does anyone want to know? I mean, actually, I do want to know. Does anyone want to tell me why, I suppose? What about cornerback? You could go A.J. Harris. I really like A.J. Harris here, actually, for this team. I do want wide receiver, but I think we can get away with like a little bit later of one and just develop them. Don't think we can get away with one for a cornerback, though, so let's try to get A.J. Harris. I don't really want to do more than a 4th. I'd do the 4th next year, though. Okay, this might be doable. Giving up those 7 sucks, but this is the trade to move up to 33, where I believe we're going to take the corner A.J. Harris. And that's where we're going to be taking A.J. Harris. I might make a move for a wide receiver. We'll see. We'll slow sim and see how realistic it'll be. Because, yeah, there's some wide receivers here that I do not, as they're starting to go, do not expect to make it as far as they have made it. Let me just put it that way. And a lot of the wide receivers did start to go a little early. I mean, if I could just get Coleman day 3, even though he's raw, as a 3-4, if he's like high 60s, low 70s, I think with this scheme we can get him to develop. Of course, we do see corner, so we probably didn't even need to go Harris. I'm kind of thinking of making a move for Miller. Although Miller should be there, but I need to tackle bad. So let's go to 10. Usually we move Miller to guard, so keeping him at tackle would actually be different for us, actually. So with that being said, even though I actually do like Lance quite a bit, Bryce Lance actually doesn't look too bad. He is 23, though. We are going to go with alignment Blake Miller. Our O-line is rough. DT is really bad, too, but I should have showed. We've done this draft a few times now. He is, in fact, hidden dev. Think he'll be playing left tackle for us. Try to get Trent Brown. That didn't work out, so yeah, things didn't exactly go to plan in this one. Is it Coleman time? I think it's Coleman time. Sadly, DT is really weak, too, but Kevin Coleman's going to be wide receiver, too, I think. We got ourselves a brand new Darnell Mooney. 103 true talent, normal development trait, 92 speed, 95 excel. That's literally what we've just done here. I don't know if I like the move anymore, but at least he's young and developable. Am I even saying developable, or am I saying developable? I don't know. Who knows what I'm saying anymore. DT, I mean, it's not our best move in the world, but we're going to go Corleone. 93 strength, normal dev, 23. Of course, that would be a bit of a steal, it seems, but still. It's never going to be perfect, all right? As long as we're not taking, Jeremiah Love in the 4th round, I think we can all just live with it. And then the same old depth at corner, if you want to call cornerback. Obviously not a bad player. We're going to be playing him at corner, though. I think we did what we could. DT was dead in the water at that point. Wide receiver wasn't realistic. But we landed a 71 overall wide receiver anyway. So A.J. Harris is the corner, 75 overall hidden. I think this is going to work out tremendously. Then we have Miller, who will end up playing our left tackle spot. Of course, never in a million years you're going to complete a draft class with how much we needed, but I think we're off to a good start. We're hoping Coleman can be that next guy. Again, I'm getting Mooney vibes. They've been sticking out with Mooney this long. Not that it's been a good decision, but they've been sticking out with him, so, that's their fault for lulling me into drafting another Mooney. All right, this is what the team looks like for year number 1, the true number 1. We have not done training camp, so in theory, we could get a dev up. You never know. We can get lucky. Malik Willis being 27 isn't great, but I think we can develop him. 9,900 XP per. He has a crazy year, which the Falcon scheme definitely can get him. Maybe he gets to a 77, 78 on his own with the +2 to training camp. If we can get him to an 80 overall by the end of the season, that would be a huge win. Of course, still a lot to be desired on the offensive side of the ball, but it's not bad. And then defensively, DTs, right? Defensive tackles. Just really the trenches. That's what we're working on the most. But yeah, we have training camp. We could get a dev up, which would be huge. Unfortunately, does not get the dev up. That would have been huge, though, if he did. All right, contracts. We're having a pretty good season. Drake London wants like over $30 million per year, which he should get. I mean, this should go, right? 5-year 170. I mean, it's fine. Might have been able to get like a 5-year 165, but I'm not going to argue it too much. Need a new left guard. Obviously, don't really want Mooney. Phillips. I don't hate that contract. Diablo, I'll do a 1 year. And he takes it. Good, good, good. We can try to limit what we need per season. That's really all you can do when you need a lot, right? You can just limit as much as you can. Let's take a look at Bates. I would do a 2-year. Maybe even a 3-year, but I don't want to do a 4-year, which he's down to do a 2-year. Love that high interest. And then everyone else. Maybe Phillips we keep. Nah, we have the other corner. He's kind of filling that safety a little bit. You think everyone else is probably headed to free agency, but we'll see. And I get it, right? The Falcons scheme is pretty good in-game. It's definitely a formidable one. But I also didn't expect us to have this kind of a season, okay? All questions of do the playbooks really matter that much are completely answered. I didn't expect the stats we just seen either. Yeah, this Falcons team's kind of busted. All right, the Falcons scheme is quite good. We had the number 3 at the 3 main positions on offense. Malik Willis had a really, really good year. 43 touchdowns, 19 picks, 44 yards. Should get a dev up, but I doubt he'll win an award. Just too many interceptions, but what a year. Robinson, obviously a great year. Then Coleman, great year as well. What about the rest, actually? Pitts was solid. London was solid. Mooney was even solid. What a year. I mean, just at least offensively. Defensively, not bad either. 10.5 for Walker, 7.5 for Pearson Oro. And then Dorless at 6.5. I mean, this is a great year for pretty much everyone. Even the kickers look great. More, kicker than punter, but still, that's fine. That is fantastic. I'd love to see what overall Willis is. Maybe he does get to that 80 overall. Maybe even 82 overall. As he does get number 7 on MVP. So you have 2 Packers/former Packers all the way up there. He's not going to get... we do get Rookie of the Year with Coleman, which is massive. And then quarterback, we had number 6, which... If he's in the AFC, based on the MVP numbers, he would have been like the number 1 or number 2. So, kind of crazy to think. I do want to see this overall, though, real quick. 80, 81, maybe? He is 79. About to be 80, though. Like we kind of predicted / wanted. He looks like he's going to get to that 80 overall mark, which is great. That's what we're hoping for. 80 overall, another +2 with a training camp. Maybe he gets 83, 84 by the end of the year. By the time it's year 3 or 4, we might have an 86, 87, maybe higher overall Malik Willis. Especially if he gets that star dev like we're hoping for. Although I didn't even think about it. He is also going to regress hard. But either way, the Panthers, what seed were they even? The 5th. Little divisional matchup. Wow, look at this division. They kind of went crazy. Let's see it. Can we win a playoff game in technically year 1? And I honestly don't even know when this video is going to be up because I'm kind of wanting this to be Sunday instead of Tuesday. We'll see. We'll see. As we are kind of cooking right now. 21-10. That's just halftime, by the way. 24-10 now. 27-10. 30-10. 37-10. And wow, what a performance. 37-17. The Falcons are headed to the divisional round already. So those playbooks are busted. Of course, Malik wasn't even really that good, but he was still better than Bryce Young. Looking at rushing numbers, Robinson was obviously great. And then we have the wide receivers. They're a couple touchdowns here or there. Defensively, any sacks. DT was solid, and that's kind of it. DT and the blitzers. A couple of picks, though, which definitely made all the difference, I think. Now headed on the divisional round. The Panthers aren't the hardest team to beat, but we did take care of business as we now take on the Rams, who are actually 1 overall lower than us, surprisingly. The Rams got a lot of, holes on their team as well. We'll say the wide receiver 2 is actually pretty good for us now. Coleman, I don't know what his actual overall was. I kind of glanced over it, didn't even think about it. I was so fixated on the QB spot. But definitely a dev up, maybe 2, and somewhere in the 80s, I'd imagine. You win Rookie of the Year. You're basically guaranteed it. 7-0 start, though. Not bad. Rams are trying to answer back. They can't. This game's actually a bit of a defensive battle. We don't get the extra point, but 13-0 at halftime is a pretty good score against a very good team. Still 13-0. Now, the offense I knew was good in Sim. The defense, I never thought it would do this in year 1. As we're out of the championship round, are Falcons rebuilds free? Are they just all free? Willis actually a really good performance in this one, though. Bajan, not bad, obviously. Just not, any touchdowns. Mooney came alive. London was great. Coleman had a couple of plays. Miller gave up 2 sacks. Pass rush. Harrison, the DTs, man, we're just constantly just shuffling them around, shifting them around, and it's working out. Is that a missed extra point? That does make sense. Look at the score. But 19-7, maybe not the prettiest game in the world, but to the championship round is wild. Pretty sure we did a 10-year rebuild or something like that with the Falcons and won like 7 Super Bowls, 6 of them in a row, I think. I don't remember what year that was, what Madden that was, but here we are against the Packers. That would be kind of a crazy one. Year 1, we get to the Super Bowl beating the Packers with their former quarterback. Yeah, you're not letting that one down. You're not living that one down. That is every day of the week you chose the wrong quarterback no matter what. Even if it's not true at all. Even if Willis gets outplayed by Love, it doesn't matter. It's just, they won. You made the wrong call. Either way, though, let's see if that even happens. What a start. I think that was a huge touchdown to start this thing off with a pass. 10-3 now, 17-3. Dude, what is happening? Still not over. Okay, the Packers are climbing back. Okay, this is crazy. This is 21 unanswered. 28 unanswered. 31 unanswered. Okay, well, a part of me is glad that we didn't just have, like, the stupidest rebuild ever. But at the same time, how the hell do you choke? Almost completely identical passing games. Just a little bit better for Willis. Just one more touchdown for Love, which, of course, they won because of that. Robinson, he should be ashamed of himself because he really let us down in this one. Golden can score touchdowns, apparently. Pitts, that's how you know you're playing Madden. 74 yards for Pitts, 120 for London with a touchdown. I mean, a pretty gritty performance from the team that, finally faced its first adversity, if you will. As, normally we're kind of just winning and having an easy time. This one, we kind of started to blow the lead and couldn't answer back. I can't believe that. I don't even know what the unanswered was in that one. It had to be something like 28 points or something ridiculous. Which, now that I think about it, absolutely checks out, huh? That checks out. Ravens, Packers in the Super Bowl. I wonder how that's going to go. I wonder. And the Ravens do win. Who would have thought? Let's take a look at the dev up. So, Malik, if you're not at least star, someone's going to get punched. There is no way the season he just had isn't at least star dev worthy. Okay, I guess we are cheating again. I guess that's what we're doing. If you're unhappy with this rebuild, I apologize, but some things just need to be righted, and some things need to be wronged. I don't know what that means, but sure. Sounds a little sus, to be honest. A little illegal, if you will. Kyle Pitts is an X-Factor. Pretty nice. 84 overall X-Factor, about to be 85. Big dev up. Obviously, we've seen Coleman, who looks pretty good. 84 overall superstar. What a year he had. Obviously more of a deeper threat guy. Star dev into superstar dev, all off the same dev up range. Defensively, anyone go up in dev? Harris? The hell? Unless he started superstar, which I don't think he does. The hell did he do? Tackles, maybe? Tackles for a loss? 3 picks, 91 tackles. Maybe. Maybe the tackles. We'll take it. I don't know if it was super deserved, but I also don't know what the method is there. And Phillips, who we did actually pay a 3-year to, I believe. At least I hope we did. Oh, we didn't. I know we didn't. We sold. I remember, well, we already got the corner. We don't need a new one. Oh, I sold so damn hard. It's unbelievable. Either way, moving on to the re-signings. Oh, we could have had Phillips. It would have been glorious. It would have been like a 3 or 14. 80 overall star corner, making that little bit. Oh, yeah, we sold. He's got some overall to him now. Also, I didn't even check if Willis regressed. I put the regression on 50%. So we'll have to see. I mean, Matt Gay played well, so he deserves more than a 1 year 2, but at this rate, if nobody else wants him, that millions is worth more than what he would have been getting, which is 0 millions. He did actually regress, but didn't go down in overall. Oh, no, he did go down in overall because he would have been 80 because that XP's gone. We'll allow it, though. It's not the worst dev down in the world, or regression in the world, I suppose, if you will. I will say, though, if Willis sucks, I'll drop him back down to normal dev. I don't care. You know, I really don't care. I just want to... I wanted to be realistic. A season like that is at minimum startup. About $100 million, and we're headed to free agency. What do you want to do with this? I should have actually seen if McGarry's even here. If McGarry's gone, I'm probably going to throw the house at O'Neal. And then everyone else is very old, so I highly doubt we're bringing in any of these free agents at all. Oh, nobody wants Phillips. Never going to happen in a million years, but I'll offer him a low ball, a 4-year 20. I mean, you'd be our slot corner. $5 million per year for our slot corner is not the worst contract in the world for either side. We didn't get O'Neal, but we do get Bobby Wagner on a 1 year 14 and Grover Stewart on a 1 year 22. So a bunch of older guys, which is weird because, you know, you're thinking, well, year 2, you wouldn't expect the Falcons to be trying to make a run, but we already made a run, so why not try to get some veteran presence in there? And, of course, Phillips is completely gone, but that's fine. All right, we're in the draft with pick 30, the worst pick you can get. Again, since you are not in the Super Bowl, we have a couple of really good wide receivers, a couple of really good linemen, too. Top 5 O-line, though. Geraldo. Is that the guy? Maybe. I've seen some top 5s that are lies. They're like 78, 79 star, which is not bad. But is it first round good? Probably not. Wide receivers, all these guys are fast. Definitely could see these guys fall into the second round. As far as we need, it's really DT O-line, but a lot of those positions you can get later on. So we're just going to skip to our pick. And if Geraldo's there, we'll take him. But I'm not going to trade up for Geraldo. There's just no way. Which he won't be there. He definitely won't be there. I would be shocked. Where did he go? Geraldo. Where did he go? Is he actually? No, there he is. 25. I was about to say, is he actually there? And no, he is not. All 3 wide receivers are there, which is really hard to pass on. O-line. We don't really, at most, need 1 lineman, maybe 2. DT is obviously a problem, but that's kind of a later on situation. Oh, do you really take a lineman? I mean, I really don't need wide receiver, but the value is there as a slot wide receiver. Money's not going to be a concern, I don't think, and we already paid everyone up. Or they have rookie deals, so I do like Webster a lot, though. I'm going to take Webster, pure value-wise. He's probably going to be normal dad, but 77 overall normal is fine. 99 speed's crazy. Move on to 30 in the second round. Linebacker could be a choice if there is one there, which that's why I said if. I didn't really scout safeties, but now that I'm in the market for a linebacker, maybe Redding could definitely be a linebacker. Not very good, though. Mike Hastings could definitely be a linebacker. Not very good, though. Could go for that guy, actually. Whoa, where the hell am I? Am I even looking at linebacker? Dude, what was I even looking at? Was I looking at safety? Oh, yeah, I am looking at safety. That makes sense, actually. What am I even talking about? I got so confused. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even going to... We're just not going to talk about it, okay? Let's just pretend like nothing happened. It's crazy how it's late second round, and I have nothing I like. Like, this is really bad. Everyone I can grab here, I can grab a UDFA. I guess we do the opposite of the Falcons and try to gain a second round next year. Is that possible? Second this year, third or fourth second next year, third or fourth this. I would be down. Or here's a trade. Dorless Hughes, a second and 6 for a late third this and possibly a late third second next. I don't know. And with that pick, the Steelers do go wide receiver. And then we are now in the third round. Again, I still don't know what I feel for these UDFAs. I'll trade down one more time, maybe. Man, we have pick 30. Somebody's offering a second round pick. I'm taking it, which unfortunately we are not going to see. All right, we'll gain a 5th and a 6th next year with the Rams. A little bit of Rams trading again. And I guess, screw it, Josh Harrington's going to be our pick. We're just going to grab all the DTs in the world. 18 true talent, and of course, normal development trade. See, we have no 4th round pick. I'm not crazy for trying to make the trades I'm trying to make. Browns, 107. Final trade, because it's so good, Dolphins. Dolphins. Every other trade, other pick we have is going to be used. We're going to go Burrell. He is at least a pass rushing DT, 95 true talent. I really thought we were going to get hidden. Did not, unfortunately. Introducing our new massive tackle. He's really more of a guard. 12 true talent. Dev. Hidden Dev. Huge draft pick. And now it is DTA time again, my dudes. Franklin Shields looking really good. 7 true talent. Hidden Dev. All right, there you go. I guess we're starting a massive defensive tackle. And now I take a really fast running back in Felix Jones. Ooh, 43 true talent. Normal Dev, but he's still really good. Highly doubt all those players are still there, but maybe we get lucky with one of these guys. We got 2 picks back-to-back here. It'd be lovely to see at least 2. That's good to me. Actually, I think Jacobs was better. I think Raymond is a little bit more of a long shot. Jacobs, 75 true talent, hidden development trait. Not a perfect draft, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happy enough. Raymond, 66 true talent, and yeah, normal Dev. I figured he would be. Here is the draft recap. 78 overall. A couple of 78s, actually. 76, 71, 77. It's actually a really good draft class. Okay. I'm happy with that. Oh, I forgot Webster was normal Dev. It's a good pick, but obviously normal Dev sucks. Harrington, also normal Dev. I don't know if I would call that one a good pick, especially with the DTs you end up having later. And then Burrell. I know he's more of a finesse guy, more of a pass rushing DT, not a nose tackle, but even that's a tough one. And then Charles, we'll put him at right tackle, and since we're going to look at changing that overall, not overall, position, which we, I guess, technically are. We're probably going to go down in overall. Take a look at the Dev, which is star development trait. Unfortunately, not going to be looking too good there. And he actually did go down in 1 or no, 2 overalls, actually. Franklin Shields, you have no choice. He is DT2, whether you like it or not. Stewart's going to be DT1. Star Dev. Can we just get 1 superstar pluser? I don't ask for much. I just take 1 superstar Dev pluser plus every other draft. Take a look at Jones, even though he's not going to be like the guy. Still not a bad backup, obviously. Willis makes up for that loss in overall from the regression with a +2 after the training camp with this set of upgrades. 13 upgrades, which I don't know how that's even possible because he had 3 upgrade points and he went up 3 overalls. Or 2 upgrade points, he went up 3 overalls, but I guess it's significant enough. I mean, they are significant upgrades, like all throwing ratings for the most part. But this is what he looks like, and yeah, I mean, so far the experiment here is kind of working out. I'll tell you that much. Let's take a look over at the, what is it called? The actual team. 82 overall Willis, star development trait. Should have been star dev on his own. I will still live by it, and I'll die by it. The team looks good, though. Coleman's solid, 87 overall, another +3. Pitts, 84, probably should go with him for the training camp. McGarry's going to start just because Charles is 6 overalls lower. We'll hopefully have him develop. And then defensively, still quite a bit left to be desired of the DT room, but it is definitely better. We don't really have any pass rushes there, but the run defense should at least be decent. DBs are great. Edge, still developing, but it's solid. And then obviously, Bobby White in the new middle linebacker 1 hopefully gets things done. As we were close last year, we definitely added more talent this year. We'll see what happens. All right, here's the contract. Not a whole lot of salary, but a whole lot of guarantees for Bijan, who gets that deal, which is actually a theft for us. Penix, no. The center, I mean, I'll do a 1 year for sure. But I mean, look at how he went up 1 overall. You know, it's just like, I don't feel bad. I just don't. Diablo, I'll do another 1 year. We got a couple guys here that, oh man, I'm going to say seemingly want to stick around even for 1 year, but I guess not today. Sad part is we got to pay Willis next season, so yeah. Then obviously you have the edge rushers, and the money situation was great for a little while. Very small amount of time, but it is now basically already over. AJ Terrell is now an X Factor. I was just thinking before this week, kid you not, did they take away DevUps in Sim or breakouts in Sim? And I guess not. Damn, and he gets a ratings boost, +2 to, or 3 to Man Zone and Play Rec, I think that was huge. And believe it or not, after a season like we just had, I think we're cooked. I don't think we're making the playoffs in year number 2. I think we are just out of them. And we are, especially with that loss. With the win, we might have been able to take that 7 seed. Don't know. Don't know, because there was a couple of 9 and 8s that missed. Very disappointing, because nothing changed except the team got better and got deeper. Pause. And we just lost a bunch of games, especially in the second half of the season. Every win was a loss. Just a little bit more on top of it. Willis a little bit worse off for touchdowns, but better for picks. So protected the ball better, and then yards are great. In general, we just scored less touchdowns, it seems. Webster, we made him, try to make him Rookie of the Year. We'll see if we did that successfully. We'd have 3 really good receivers. O-line, we gave up over 30 sacks between the tackles. And then Walker. Jalen Walker, 23.5 sacks. I don't know if that's an NFL record or not, because I don't know what Miles finished with or whatnot, but as of right now, it's great. Pierce, 8, 7 for Stewart. I'd be freaking laughing if he doesn't get a dev up. Picks were not too bad. Matt Gay was good. Gillikin was good. Well, Matt Gay was okay. For Madden, 75 to 85 is kind of the range. In real life, anything lower than like 88% these days is garbage. The NFL kickers are going crazy. And then looking at MVP, Love at 9, Willis at 10. We got ourselves a storyline here, man. We really do. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Walker. Rookie of the Year goes to Webster. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Noah. Best quarterback, what do we got? Willis at 5, Love at 4. Alrighty. That's kind of crazy. Walker gets best D-line on top of it. So we know for a fact Walker is going up in dev. Just how high is the question? I don't know. Giants and Ravens, and the Ravens win another Super Bowl in the exact same scoring fashion, 17-10. But that might be coming to an end. I don't know if you've seen that, but Derrick Henry is retired. Willis, 82 overall. I mean, he's kind of maxing because these, not injuries, but these drops in regression here. I mean, he's probably an 83 overall if not for that, and then he goes to an 85 because of the training camp stuff, but we got to keep on keeping on. Webster goes from normal to superstar, 85 overall. Willis is playing well, but, I mean, they could be potentially playing better. Quarterback's going to be something with the season we just had that we're going to have on our list. We are definitely going to have on our list. Defense. Do you see why I devved up Willis manually? He was the Defensive Player of the Year. He was the D-Lineman of the Year. The NFL sack leader. And they said, nah, I don't think he deserves a dev up. Also, Wagner didn't retire, which is insane. Cool. But yeah, Walker somehow doesn't go up in dev. I want to see, was that actually the record? Because I don't know what the record would have been held in this one. Sacks, no. Sacks, no, Chris Jones actually got it, 2026, but right up there. One of the greatest seasons ever, and he is still star dev. I thought there was a chance he would go to X Factor. Obviously, we're forcing the dev to superstar. Not going to do X Factor, though, because that's, all over the place. It's kind of random. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Going to superstar, obviously. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, EA? Retirements, though, we definitely know we had at least one because our DT is gone. And, yeah, a couple of retirements here. 2 of them were starters, or at least were starters at one point. Recently enough. Of course, we talked about Derrick Henry retiring. Ravens might not be able to go for that three-peat anymore. Signings, we got a lot. Walker, I mean, that's about what he's going to ask for anyway, so we'll chill. Pierce, maybe something to be said, but then again, the re-sign is there, and obviously he's an 83 overall, so I'll have to focus him with the training camp stuff. I think Bertrand actually went up in dev. Oro is not bad, but I think we can do better, especially long-term. McGarry was terrible, so why would I keep him? And then Bobby, if he wants to stick around on like a 1 year, I don't know, 1 year 14 again, or whatever. Did we sign him 1 year 14 last time? It was 1 year something. I think it might have been 1 year 14. Yeah, everyone's happy. Sweet, let's go. Do it again. Let's go to free agency. Matt Gay's not going to stick around this time. He did last time, even though we could have got better, just because he had a great season. This time, not so much. Free agency, we obviously have a lot of money. Could you imagine Bajan and Gibbs together? I really want to do this. Just for the F of it, I really want to do that. I don't think he even wants to be here, though. He wants historic championships and a winning coach. I can give you $5. That is probably my max. All right, I went for some weird names. We should get at least 2 of them. And we do get 2 of them, Jonathan Allen and Evan McPherson. All right, entering the draft, there's, a couple of needs. Linebacker is probably right up there. DT for sure right up there. Future-proofing the free safety position. And then, honestly, quarterback. I didn't actually scout the QB fully. I just have these 3 that all look pretty good. Just if they fall to our spot, or if they fall to the next round even. Of course, we had some really good DTs. I didn't scout these guys further, because, well, I didn't need to, A. But B, I didn't put him on my board because I just didn't know if we'd have a chance. Ventura at 23 years old, I'd actually still want more than Stapleton because I think he's a bona fide generational, whereas Stapleton, I don't know. But if they don't go 1 and 2, I might be able to make a trade up, which I don't. Yeah, I think they will go 1 and 2. Can we get to Cincinnati? Last second now, I'm kind of like, maybe I do want to get this guy because DT has been one of those positions for us. So if we can get what seems to be a potential generational, I mean, I think it's worth a trade up, right? This is costly, but we might be able to pull this off. Sadly, it's just too high of a trade up, and they do take Stapleton. They wanted our first, second, third, fourth, and like 2 okay players. Yeah, I don't know about that. DTs are obviously gone. I'm not sure where they're showing them still. I don't know. I really wanted those DTs, and they're just not there anymore. I don't know what to say about it. Do have Roberson, though. He's also good. You know, he looks really good. I probably will take him at 14 if he's there. Don't think he will be, but I'm also not going to trade up for him. So let's see, because for just right now with Jonathan Allen, we're good. You know, we're actually not too bad off. But yeah, future-wise, Jonathan Allen going to be gone. We're going to need a new guy. Quarterback's still there, so might be able to get one in the second round. We'll definitely slow him when we get closer. But Charles Roberson, we're taking a chance. Very good pass rusher. Probably 76 overall normal if I had to guess. And the normal is true. 97 strength for someone that's not like 330 plus. He's like under 310. So rare, yet still normal development rate. It's crazy to think. What do we have in the way of quarterback? 2 still there. I mean, I like them both pretty well, so thank you. I'm glad we did this. All right, they're both good, so I'm just going to let them fall, and then if one needs to be traded up for, we'll do that. Willis's window may be closing a little bit here. Been a little while since we have had 2 different quarterbacks starting in a rebuild. So Harrington, let's see the eliteness of throw power, 488 for 40 time. And then great throw power. I mean, I can't tell who's better. They're both so close. I think deep accuracy is a little bit harder to get. Play action is a little bit better. Do you go Harrington? He's also a little bit better in size. I think Jason Harrington's slightly better. 54 true talent. We'll see. Ooh, normal dev. I mean, almost by default, the other guy's better. Like, we don't know what his dev is, but just the odds of him being at least hidden. Oh, wow, we have both quarterbacks there. That would be a little excessive, I think. Is it? Like, do you have an opportunity to get a quarterback like that multiple years? Especially when you have linebackers that look so garbage. I'm going to double dip on QB, which, that's just unrealistic. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to go for one of the safeties, I think. Actually, do we have another third? No, we don't. Don't have another second. We need a linebacker. I might have to just reach for one of these guys. Dent does look good, even if his true talent's bad. So let's just hope for 70-plus overall hidden. 86 true. Oh, wow. That is so bad. Let's look at the Saints quarterback situation. I can't believe we missed. That's tough. Probably another trade up is we're going to go for one of these safeties. There are the trade, which will be used on a safety. The one I really want, sadly gone. Who is that on the front page there? Okay, I thought it was like a round 1 tackle for some reason. I don't know why I read that like that. Ortiz is a little bit more athletic. So with that being said, going to take Ortiz, who could potentially play linebacker himself. 75 true talent. Thank you. Finally a hidden dev, and it's arguably the least needed one. Fantastic. I'm going to say, after that first season, things have definitely taken a turn for the worse, no? Conrad Wright, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but his key ratings look good. Please just be a gem. He is! Oh, but he's normal. Yeah, like I said, he's not the fastest, but the potentials are good enough. And the rest are going to be all like O-line/DT picks that probably won't matter too much. I can't believe the amount of normal devs we got. In the end, we should have made the trade up because we would have still landed the safety and we would have had that insane DT who I do think is probably generational. Crowler, you want to be hidden dev? Make me feel better, please. Thank you. Okay, things are a little bit better now. Still sucks, still tough, but at least we got a hidden dev DT. We take Villa, 73 overall true talent with hidden dev and a lot of strength. Okay, at least these 5th to 6th rounders are looking a little bit better. And then I took Byers, even though he had the round 3 to 4, because I want a pass rushing DT. And even though his strength's low, his dev is not. It's hidden. We also do find a really elite-looking kicker. This might be the best generational kicker I've ever seen. If he is, in fact, generational, which I think he is. Oh, maybe not. He is hidden, though. 97 kick power, 80 speed. I was thinking like 84 speed. That's why I was getting a little ahead of myself with the greatest generational ever, because me seeing all those elites, you've seen it. I've seen it. He is hidden dev. He is still potentially superstar dev, but yeah, a lot lower of an overall than I thought he was going to be. I know he didn't have the A kick accuracy. DT 76 overall, which is very good, and he is very good. It's just, unfortunately, he's normal dev, which is going to hinder him so much. Quarterback, we obviously have to compare him to the Saints guy, but obviously a very good quarterback. Similar to Willis outside of the speed. You know, he has that same lacking in deep, but very good everything else. Linebackers, you know, Conrad Wright looks good. Problem is, none of the linebackers you got were hidden dev, which obviously sucks quite a bit. Do you maybe start Ortiz at linebacker? Blockshed 61, I've seen worse on a linebacker. Coverage is pretty low. I've seen worse on a linebacker. He's got just enough size to be like a will linebacker, so I don't know. I mean, he's going to be sitting backup if not, so I guess we're going to move him into a linebacker. Let's see what he goes down to. Was he a 73 overall, I believe? We'll put him at safety if he didn't go. Yeah, it's a reach. It's a reach. It'll just be a good free safety for us when we can't afford Bates or he just straight up retires on us. Yeah, 4 overalls is pretty significant. I mean, all the other guys, there's some potential there, especially at DT, but, you know, they're probably all star development traits. I want to see some of the guys we missed. Oh, no. We should have done the trade. Damn, Stapleton's really good. I knew they were going to do it, but I was hoping they would have went because 2 to 3, oh, man, what a sucky mistake by us. But, yeah, going from 2 to 3 is massive in value. Like, we would have saved so much, but I should have known he was going to go. I really should have. And then, of course, you want to see the quarterback from the Saints. 75 overall, also normal development trait. I mean, they're both similar. You know, you could argue that this guy is slightly better, but you get one more throw power with our guy. It's similar. Our guy's a little more accurate somewhere else, you know, in different things than his, and, you know, it's about equal. Them both being normal, you didn't really miss. All right, this is the team for season number 3. I mean, the offense looks pretty good. Willis is still struggling to get up there. His ceiling kind of seems like, you know, you gain 2, maybe 3, lose 1 to 2, 86, 87 at best. Unfortunately, just didn't get that glow up we wanted him to have right away. And he had some pretty good seasons, but didn't quite get, you know, superstar or X factor. And then defensively, could see a scheme change, but Walker's had an amazing year, so I really don't want to. Team looks pretty good. Just linebacker, we really haven't upgraded. You know, Diablo and Bobby for the last 2 seasons now, Divine for 3. Just, you know, it hasn't exactly been great there, but overall, we're a good team. We should make the playoffs. We'll see if we do, though. Holy crap, look at how much money we have, for a good reason, though, as we got some very expensive players to pay. Terrell, yes. Walker, yes. Pitts, yes. Watts, I think so. Bates, at least a year. Pierce, yes. Willis, probably. Try to get that down to a 2-year if we can, though. Lindstrom, possibly. And then everyone else, I think, is gone. Even the center. I think even the center. But I think we should be able to afford that. I don't see why we can't. Let's crack away at this and see what we're dealing with. So I think you can do a 2-year for AJ. That's easy. Jalen, I don't know what he's going to want, though. That's the problem. We want to do a 6-year deal for sure. That, I think it'll cost a little more than that. No, it actually worked. Okay, fair enough. And then we have Pitts, which another red interest. None of the things that he has there are going to help. Yeah, I need a little bit more than that. Almost $20 million per year is probably what we're looking at. Bates, 1-year deal worth 21. Glad to take it. 155 left. Yeah, we got a lot of money. I think we should be fine. Pierce, I think, you know, these guys are just both super young. You got to just keep them together. Keep this team long-term the way it is. And then Willis, I would love to see how the season's played out first. We're 3 weeks in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So how much is that per year? 47. We'll do a 2-year on it. 2-year 95. I mean, that's crazy. If Willis, you told Willis today, hey, you join this Falcons team a couple years from now, you're going to be getting paid $45 million per year. Where's the paper? Give me the pen. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Want to do a 3-year for Watts? Maybe we aren't going to keep him. I don't know. I really don't want to do a 4-year deal for a 26-year-old who's 85 overall, but I also would like to keep the team intact, especially since even though we just paid our quarterback, we have lots of money left over. Hell, we could probably even afford Lindstrom. Don't know if I want to, though. I think I'd rather just tag him. All right, we had, somewhat of a shaky start to the season, but a definite good finish, which is nice to see, because we did not have a good finish last season, which is why we missed the playoffs entirely. Let's take a look at that finish, and damn, we lost to the Chargers. Would that have been good enough? No, it wouldn't have. Okay, so we would not have gotten the bye week either way. Willis, please be superstar. I don't ask for much. Well, I mean, really good season. Can't complain about it. Coleman, great season as well. Willis, okay, that is like MVP level numbers, so we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he goes to superstar. Pretty good receiving numbers. O-line, once again, we've seen worse. Pass rush didn't change this scheme at all because, we're still winning. That's all that really matters. I don't really care, as long as we're winning games. That's all that matters. McPherson makes that draft pick of that kicker look pretty stupid, huh? In real life, obviously, you don't keep two active kickers unless, just for a moment when there's some injury concerns. But as far as a normal basis, is Willis is number 2. Yeah, you probably don't do that. But in-game, it doesn't matter. You don't need 53 players. Willis was the best QB. Coleman won 1 billion awards. Nice. This is good. Willis is automatically a superstar, maybe an X Factor. It's pretty rare to see the straight-up double dev, unless it's from normal to superstar, but we'll see. You never know. Could get lucky. Speaking of could get lucky, could win it all right here. Could absolutely do it. Arizona Cardinals, they are 9-8. They're a fellow Redbird, so we definitely want to prove we're the masters of the aerialness. I don't know what that means. It's 10-7, 17-7. Still 17-10. Now, we were letting the Cardinals do this to us. 24-17. This team and choking. EA's actually kind of sick. Honestly, they're a little sick in the head. And I know we probably should punt this, but I'm just going to go for it. I don't care. They're a little sick in the head to make this team do this. Over the middle, and it's a terrible throw. Willis! How? Wide open, good blocking, and we missed the throw. Nice. The hell even was that? Touchdown, I mean... Okay, I guess the season's over, huh? Fantastic. Maybe not. Maybe jump the gun. Oh, maybe not. Wait, who's got the ball? 3rd and 15 for the 27. I don't understand how that's a glitch in the game either still, where you see a big play down the field, and it's actually not a big play, it's a turnover. Pitts. There's a good throw. Putu actually got a lot more than we wanted him to. It was a 4-year 77 in the end, I think. Crazy numbers. Gets that one down to the 9. Okay, maybe we're not done. Maybe we crashed out too soon. And there it is, 31-31. Falcons clutching up for once. Defense, please. 4th and inches. Okay, what's the story? We have, okay, I was about to say, we have called timeouts, right? We only have 1 timeout to call, but Cardinals have a really nice drive here. They waste a lot of the clock, too. We're down 3 with about a minute to play. All right, let's take a look at the return, men. Virgil on the return. Drake London. And again, dude, I always forget about the edge, the boundary, and that was not worth it. All right, Willis, what you talking about? Oh, wow, that is a great catch. Webster to the 29. Wow, hurry up to the line, please. I can't believe Webster just did that. That is an insane play. Obviously, I don't want to waste our final. I don't know why we'd run play action. Don't want to waste that final timeout if I don't need to. A lot of clock on, but it could have been worse. We should have threw this away. I tried to get away as much to try, as possible to try not to run that that intentional grounding penalty. Obviously, a field goal ties it up, so you don't want to get too risky with it either. Pitts right down the middle could score. Maybe. As we're throwing, that would have been a 50-50 ball, but it's Drake London. We missed this throw. I think it was to Webster before. Slant's a tough one, but he does get it. Hurry up to the line again. I'd rather have that last timeout to be able to control the situation and no matter what, at least call a timeout for a field goal. Double move. Throwaway, 11 seconds. Trying to get into the end zone, trying to win it. Now they're like, hey, run the ball, which I get. And I know I'm about to jinx it, but I feel pretty comfortable. I think we're fine. Coleman to the corner. Pitts. Oh, I didn't even see the safety. Good job, Pitts. Down to the 2, they're going to call it. What is the sitch? They're saying to kick the field goal at the 2-yard line. This is risky. This is really risky. Drake London, game. What a drive. It wasn't pretty. There was some mistakes, but wow, Webster. What a guy. As we're moving on to the divisional round, what a guy. Webster just climbed the ladder as, I mean, he's short, right? I think he's like 6 foot tall at most. Good little quarterback matchup there. Bajan looked good. 6'1". Okay, he's a little bit taller than I thought. What a catch, dude. That catch was insane. I thought it was going to be picked off. And no, it was straight up caught. I want to see if I can look at that again. And here it is. Let's see this thing. And I mean, that's crazy. And now in the divisional round, it's another bird battle. The Eagles. All right, 0-0, 7-0 Falcons. Still 7-0. 7-0, 10-0, 10-7. 14-10. Wow, we really had an opportunity. We just blew it. 21-13. This is probably it. They're up by 15 points now. Offense got to do something. 4th and inches. They lose. No, it's not even they lose. They get a 10-yard penalty. 4th and 6. They go for the field goal and miss it. And again, they're just going backwards. Oh, my Lord. They're getting absolutely destroyed. You're down 15 points, 9 minutes left. I mean, you kind of have to go for this. Pitts is my guy. It's a great throw. Great block by Drake as well. Pitts all the way to the 31. Not a great game from Willis, can't lie. Come on, offense. 4th and 3. You can't kick a field goal, right? Okay, they're at least going to go for it on their own. I'm going to let them do it. I don't want to play too much of an impact as we are going to get the touchdown. No 2-point conversion. 3rd and 4, no stop. 3rd and 6, get the stop. 3 minutes left. You need the touchdown and the 2-point. 4th and 1. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't run the ball if it looks okay, which it seems like a blitz. Doesn't that mean that Coleman's wide open for a touchdown? That's a crazy throw, but even crazier coverage. That is a joke. And as much as that is a joke, where are these sliders when we play in our other franchises? I never get coverage like this, which I want. I want the difficulty of this. This is insane. Look at Makuba. He's not even looking at the receiver and just somehow locks in. That is ridiculous. That is genuinely insane. Of course, the game's not over, but it doesn't look great. It definitely does not look great. You got maybe 25 seconds probably at best to work with. 20 seconds. Not even. Run commit. Watch out for that read option. Is it weird that I don't want to run commit because I just don't know? I really just don't know what they're going to do. Yep. And why wouldn't you when it's 0 teams in the real world do that? They just don't. Oh, man. Well, year 3 is not going to be the year either, unfortunately. 35-20, we lose to the Eagles. We had the better team, but we simply weren't good enough, I guess. Willis was pretty good. The only pick came from that, deep shot, which, even though we only needed a little bit of yards, it was the call. They brought the blitz. We knew they did because of Lindstrom's ability. Both kickers missing a field goal. And they should have never in a million years been able to cover Coleman over top. And yet they did. There's not much to say about it. No Ravens three-peat as the Lions win 31-0 against the Bills. Wow. And of course, as we suspected, Willis, superstar dev, holding an 84 overall despite the loss of rating. So he's an 86 overall going into next season. That deep actually is so bad, by the way. I keep going, improviser. Maybe need to go elsewhere. Of course, Coleman, 95 overall X-Factor. That short route sucks, but, he's a superstar X-Factor. I'm glad that he has that high of deep route. He actually gained a speed. I think he starts with 92, right? I think he gained a speed, if I'm not mistaken. And then defensively, anyone up here? Of course, Bobby Wagner retires. We appreciate his efforts. And I think that was it. No one else in debt. Wait, Crowther was an X-Factor? I was about to say, and I didn't start him, but at the same time, that'd be kind of like cheese looking at the dev. Oh, he's an X-Factor. I'm going to start him. But yeah, he is going to be the starter for the future. Allen also retired, I believe, right? Unless he's just sneaking around. I think we lost 2 veteran defenders. We did. Gonna let him go anyways. About $100 million. So we just have like unlimited money. Just at any given moment, we can just spend as much as we want. I'm just gonna offer this because really, Lindstrom? That's the game we're playing. It is what it is. I don't really care about what we're gonna pay anyways. He'll be fine for 2 seasons. Just will he retire is the question. Van Ness is too much. The center is actually intriguing. When you're 12, I mean, you got $64 million after those contracts, so why wouldn't we? You know? Let's go to free agency, see if we want to try to push this team over the edge. We have $63 million. I'm willing to spend 50 of it if it's all 1 year's. Linderbaum, we already got our center, so in theory we could have waited, and Linderbaum really wanted to be on the team. We could have probably done a 1 year, but it's too late now. Jalen Hurts, who beat us in the playoffs, apparently not good enough for them. O-line, I mean, I think we're good. We'll look, though, because Jenkins is an 86 overall. He's probably worth at least giving a look, too. But, yeah, everyone, even Knicks, some decent free agents. Yeah, everyone doesn't really intrigue us outside of the few bits and bobs. Yeah, I don't really think you can upgrade this O-line too much. Everyone's in 82 to 83. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I mean, really, I don't know what we even get other than linebacker DT, which, of course, with Crowther and, I mean, even technically Byers, do you really need a DT unless you're going to land like a goated one? Roberson was a complete waste, by the way. The team is very good. You know, any given year, it could be a Super Bowl champion, so maybe this is the year. We'll find out. Of course, we're going to be drafting linebacker hard. Probably our first 2 picks will be linebacker. Maybe our first and only 2 picks, because we might need to trade up. All right, in the draft, 27 is our spot. Oh, my Lord. Do we actually not just trade for a proven linebacker? Because don't get me wrong, there's some decent linebackers here, but, like, are any of them game-changing day oneers? You know what I mean? Maybe if Bridges is there at 27, okay. I'll take him. But if he's not, I might trade for a proven linebacker. I don't know. We'll see. Is he there? Oh, is he gone, like, in the top 20? Damn, okay. I guess. Oh, no, he's not. It was someone else. Yeah, Mitch Bridges looks pretty good, I think. 6'2", 221. A little undersized weight-wise, but that's fine. 110 true. Okay. Okay, I guess. Sure. It was Burgess that I saw that I thought was Bridges. Damn, dude, these linebackers suck. This tight end's really solid, by the way. We don't really need him, though, but damn. It's hard to pass in someone that good. All right, we're going to take another stab at linebacker and see what happens. I guess I'm going to go with Jaron Reese. Or Jaron Reese, similar to the other guy we took. At least hidden dev, though. Fantastic. And I'm honestly going to just go crazy and trade up with the Giants here. Land another one, because the other guy was normal. I don't want to develop a normal dev. Just don't want to do it. I don't care what it costs us. I'm going to do the trade. Maybe an overtrade. I really don't care at that point. It's close enough. I think maybe we got a 6 back, but like, what is that really going to do? Tight end solid, can't lie, but we got to go linebacker again. Especially when you consider the fact that our tight end is on the roster for another 3 to 4 years anyways. Waylon, we're getting higher and higher in true talent ranks, and he's hitting. Whoa, that guy's really good, actually. Change directions a little bit, but 91 speed, 91 excel at 6'3", 243, which is weird because he doesn't really look that fast based on the 40. Yeah, it's just all over the place, which is fair enough, right? As much as you want to have some sort of, method and you want it down to a science, you do want that randomness a little bit as well. New center for the future, Clay Thomas. Nice. Right? If it's not random a little bit, then there's, it's not really even a draft. It's like a scientific equation. 32 true talent for the long snapper. I know there are hidden dev ones. I just don't think we've had one, or we've had only one maybe. Either way, no, I want to see the draft recap. Because these linebackers, no matter what they're overall, they got to start. Oh, my. Well, Reese and Waylon, I'm not even going to look at Bridges. Reese and Waylon are the 2 new starting linebackers. I mean, honestly, all 3 might have to start. I ain't going to lie. Waylon's obviously the new Mike. Should have actually looked at the dev while we were there, but yeah, I mean, our linebacking unit's definitely on the weaker side. Only star development trait. Take a look at the other linebacker, just to see, maybe we get lucky. Did we look at him? I know we looked. We took a quick glance. Very raw, too. That's the thing. Both linebackers might be hidden, but they're freaking raw, man. I'm just hoping one of them looks good after the year's over. Hey, nice superstar dev. He'll be our will linebacker. Not going to change anything, you know. And, of course, we're going to move Bridges over to the Sam spot, which he's good. He's not bad, but obviously it don't really matter because he's normal dev. All right, here's the team for season number 4. Willis, 86 overall. Offensive line could be better, sure, but it's about as good as you're going to get. This team, 91 overall. You know, we say that, but what overall? So, like, left tackle's 84 overall. Where does that rank? That's 16th. You know, not everyone's got a 90-plus overall at all these different positions, you know? Right tackle, 17th. It's not that easy, you know? Let's take a look at the left guard, 82 overall. He's 17th. So it's like middle of the pack at every single position, which as a whole, I imagine, makes them a top 10 unit. Defensively, of course, linebackers, very raw, but they're hidden dev. And then looking at the rest of the team, I think they're good to go. Oh, we've only got 69 million and a lot of names. So that, the whole line we were talking about, hey, you know, they're not too bad. We're losing some of them. We're losing the center. We're losing another lineman. Bates is gone. Straight up. Like, we just can't afford him. Like, we can't even afford these two guys, let alone Bates. Webster's also gone whenever he needs a contract. There's no way we can afford him as well. 5-year 170. Okay, maybe a tag is in the works then. And then AJ, 7-year 160. Dude, how? These contracts are crazy, and they're like, nah, we're good. Like, really? I'm upset. I am very upset. This is bullcrap. I don't know who coded this game, but it's bullcrap. We went 16-1. We could have had an undefeated season. You probably didn't expect that now. You probably thought we missed the playoffs. Who did we lose to? The Vikings. Oh, man, we haven't had a realistic style rebuild 17-0 in a while. It might be like a Madden now. Like, it might genuinely be a Madden. What are the Vikings? 7-10. We're happy we got the bye week. Let's all relax. Malik Willis, MVP, X Factor maybe? Holy crap, Robinson as well. 7.4 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns, 1,700 yards. Webster's killing it. I mean, it doesn't really matter who gets the ball at this rate because all three of them are in the 90s. I mean, if anyone needs the dev up and the deving, it's Webster. So, yeah, this team is kind of crazy with it. Pass rush, great numbers. Unfortunately, the DTs didn't really get going outside of Shields. The 3-4, dude. Not good for the DTs, let me tell you. Waylon, wow. 161 tackles. Kicking, great. Punting, great. Kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns. It's very rare to get those. Yardage, number 1 on offense. Yardage on defense, 16th. Okay, you can live with that. You can live with that. Scoring, number 1 on offense. What about the defensive score? It's got to be pretty good. 7th. Yeah, I mean, that's perfect. That's great. And now, Willis is not going to MVP. Joe Damn Burrow. Offensive player of the year goes to Webster. Rookie of the year goes to Waylon. Best QB goes to Willis. Robinson, best running back. Webster, best wide receiver. Jacobs, almost best O-line. We had ourselves a good year. Willis could go to X Factor. We could win a Super Bowl. You know, we're going to the divisional round without having to touch the wild card round. We are the team to beat in the entire NFL. We have double the wins almost of the Bears. They'll probably be the ones that beat us anyways. But, you know, for now, it looks great. Going to the end of the game, 7-0. Still 7-0. Come on, 7-3. Come on, offense. So one thing with this team is, for some reason, we just can't put a team away. I mean, it's very early in the game, yes, but we are significantly better than them. We're 16-1. And, you know, I say all that, and we actually did put them away. So good stuff. Just early on, you know, we have a chance to really do some damage. And we just don't. And then second half hits, and we do, like, almost no scoring. So it happened against the Ravens, at least. Oh, my Lord. Caleb with 3 interceptions. That's a good question. What do you think? What are you thinking for Caleb's first career playoff run? As a Packers fan, I have to hate on the Bears, and I have to hope they lose, but I'm intrigued. I'm still not fully sold on their team, but they're also just like, they're somehow making it happen. You know, I want to call it luck, because if you look at how many games they won in just fashions that are, by definition, kind of lucky, you know, you want to call it luck, but if something keeps it, if you, it doesn't make any sense, but if you flipped a coin 20 times in a row and it was head every time, and it was head, you're getting head what? It's heads every time. It's lucky, but it's like, okay, well, this just happened 20 times in a row. I don't even think it's luck anymore. Something crazy's going on, you know? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Either way, another 9-8 team. Bears are 9-8, right? I don't know. Either way, we're 6 overalls higher. Could this be another team in the long list of 4-year Super Bowl rebuild wins? All right, here we go. The Commanders, they're off to a great start, 7-0. We get a nice answer back. They get another touchdown. We get 3. We do get a stop. We get a touchdown. We're up by 3. Commanders are going nowhere, though. You know what? It's 4th and 10. What's the situation? Are they going to let this clock go? All right, we're going to have to take a penalty then. If they let the clock go with 10 seconds left, I would have taken a shot maybe. All right, just come on. We're going to... Actually, the best way to do it is to audible a bunch of times, right? There you go. I was really hoping we could have got a field goal or something before half. We drive down for nothing. We're getting stops, but they're getting picks as well. This is not good. Like, this is looking like a 2-possession deficit here. And, brother, it is 6 a.m., and there are planes flying overhead like a world war has begun. Like, it's just commercial planes, but there's so many as we get the sack. Wear and tear. Oh, my God. Pierce is dead. I have wear and tear off. What the hell? All right. I mean, the defense did its part. Offense is struggling. There you go. There you go. Come on, offense. You're in the Super Bowl if you win this. All right, a 1-point lead. Commanders can walk off, though. 3rd and 9. This is it. Like, this is the moment. This is the moment you're winning the game or losing the game, to be honest with you. Terry McLaurin against freaking A.J. Terrell. That's an epic matchup. Somebody get in. You're going inside press. Well, inside leverage. It's a quick throw. Great tackle. They got a decision. I mean, they don't have a decision. They have to go for this. I did mid with the inside leverage. I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be outside. It's inside somewhere down the middle of the field. We're on this. No! Let him have it, dude. No! Why would you tackle him? That's crazy work that he just tackled in there. That is crazy. We need them to score. Just let him have it. That's... Damn, we didn't even need to let him have it. That's just a great play. Right now, the big thing is, can we stop them on the 2-point? Dude, they're just, like, handling mid-blitz like it's nothing, by the way. Inside again. We blow that out. All right, all right. 135 in the 4th. 3 timeouts. You just need a touchdown. Doesn't matter what happens. 2-point and help. But, yeah, Isaiah Rodgers on the return as well. Doesn't really get a great lead, though. Gets a great cutback. All right. Deep cross look. It's a tough one. What a catch. He caught that. Wow. Coleman. Oh, he didn't. It's a tough one. Turn around. If he would have caught that, I would have built a statue for him myself. Back to the cross look. I don't trust anything else. I just need somebody to do some things. It's a good play, Webster. Get out of bounds. Nice, Webster. Gets the first down while going out of bounds. But this is what I'm talking about, the sliders. This is the difficulty I want. Again, it's probably because the other team is just as good as us. Oh, Pitts. He's wide open. What do you do? I don't know if I... Oh, and he goes out of bounds. Oh, no. That could not have ended any worse if I tried. If we stayed in bounds, okay. But we didn't. And we're not going to get it now, dude. Oh, no. Wait, did they let the clock go? I thought they let the clock go. What is he doing? Like, what is this guy doing out here? Pitts holds on down to the 1. They're going to let the clock go. Okay. Maybe we did make the right call. They're like... They've lost their mind. They were doing the right thing, and then, oh, wow, they sold. Yeah, we can take this all the way down to 8 seconds or less. Don't even need to go 8 seconds. We literally go 5 seconds and call a timeout. Yeah, I don't... EA for the win, baby. I really don't think you don't really care about the 2-point. They're not going to have time for a field goal. We'll go power because I do trust Bijan. Good old Bijan. Look at how fast he is, but we get it anyways. All right. Heavy kick. You don't give him a chance, assuming that even works. Half the time it doesn't, at least for me. What an effort. And that will stay in bounds. No way, dude. I refuse to believe that this is about to occur. Good tackle. We're headed to the Super Bowl. We played that well in the end. Thankfully, the game is not coded to do the same. Looking at the numbers, Willis, gutsy game. Gutsy game, great performance. And with that, we're headed to the Super Bowl. A lot of year for us. That following the best series that we have, the best quarterback, the best running back, it does kind of paint the picture a little bit better for me on why, a lot of these rebuilds go well year 3, year 4, year 5. Some of these teams, they be drafting just booty players. I'll tell you what. Some do have good drafts, but yeah, most of the time we're drafting like 200% better than most teams, right? As we are headed to the Super Bowl against the Chargers. Interesting. You don't always see that team in there. 13-4. Let's take a look at how they got here. Obviously see the dev-ups if we had any. Chargers were not the number 1 seed. They won by 3 over the Ravens. Somebody's got to stop that damn dynasty. And then they beat the Bengals by 1. Beat the Patriots by 3. And then hopefully that's as far as they go. Looking at the numbers, oh my. These two teams, the only difference is their pass yard defense is a lot better. DevUps, Willis becomes an X Factor. He's an 87 overall superstar X Factor. The title combinations are endless. And then Webster becomes an X Factor before Drake London, but at the end of the day, Webster might have a better chance to be on this team longer. We'll see. Maybe not. Pitts, obviously the X Factor. Jacobs just went up in dev, didn't he? He was number 2 for Offensive Lineman of the Year, right? I guess they give it... Sometimes they do give it to the top 2 for some reason, which they probably should. There's 5 Offensive Lineman positions, but yeah, there's only 1 award for it, which I don't even think even exists in real life, right? That's just a Madden thing to give a reason to give DevUps. Surprised there's not a Best Tight End award, to be honest. Middle linebackers, one of these guys was already a superstar. I think it was Reese. Yeah, we obviously knew that Waylon was going to get a DevUp, in theory, because Walker didn't get his. We had to boost it for him. Because of that Rookie of the Year award win. But yeah, those linebackers, definitely a good duo that we drafted, without a doubt. And then, of course, we do see that Shields goes up to superstar, which, yeah, it's great. Fantastic. Here it is, though, the Chargers. Are we about to win a Super Bowl, or we have to play one more season to see if we can win it or not? And here we go to the end of the game. 0-0, 7-0. Good start. Oh, Chargers answer back. We get 3, they get 7. All right, we get another 7. They get another 7. They get 7 more, and right before half, huge. I don't know if you've seen that, but that is buzzer beater material. It's 24-all our ball. It is not, I don't know who it is, but we get the field goal. They get a touchdown. They get another touchdown. This game really has felt like Chargers all the way, and we're just barely keeping up. 8-point game, got to score a touchdown. There it is. 2-point on top of it. Defense, come on. Come on, D. 3rd and 11, 4th and inches. They're going to go for this. Going to kick a field goal with 5 minutes left. It's one of those, you regret it every day of the rest of your life if you don't win the game type of decisions. But if they get a stop, maybe it's positive. I'm going to let this team do it. Come on, Falcons. 3rd and 3, conversion. I mean, even just a field goal. Even just a field goal to go to OT. Huge play. Huge play. 4-point lead with a touchdown. 50 seconds left. Intercepted of all the players. And the Falcons have won a Super Bowl. That man has been a playoff legend for us. He barely plays. He's at the slot corner. He plays, but he's barely like really showing up. But in the playoffs, he has like 2 or 3 picks now for us. That guy, you know what I just realized? I don't think there's sound playing. I don't think there's been sound playing this entire time because I don't remember hearing a damn thing. Like, yeah, I'm like not hearing anything here. I'll make the sounds. Yeah, we did it. Woo. That's it. That's all the sounds you're going to get. Here, congratulations. I do nothing all year and make $40 million and everyone else is poor. Haha, losers. I don't care that you laugh at me at the draft. Perfect. I mean, Roger, are you here with us right now? Thanks for being in this video. Wow. Willis, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, 347 yards. And not a perfect performance, but a very good one. A lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns. Outplayed Herbert. Can't really ask for much more than that. Run game, Hampton was great. Willis, where did that come from? 15 carries for 83 yards for Willis out of nowhere. Like, we never see the scheme put up rushing numbers. What the hell is going on? Pretty clutch timing to pull those out. He's oh, yeah. I'm fast as hell. And just so you know, it's not some shenanigans. It truly is just another year 4 Super Bowl win. And we did rock with the Falcons playbooks, both offensively and defensively. Crazy to think, though, with Willis, we boosted his overall to 75. I think they have him as a 66 overall in the game, or something really low like that. We boosted him to 75 overall, and he still maxed out as an 87 overall with seasons like this. Like, no season under 4,000 yards, no season under 30 touchdowns, one season at 19, but other than that, no season with more than 11 picks. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? Of course, speaking of Willis, let's go straight to him. 87 overall. It's going to be so painful seeing the Packers lose him. Of course, we should get a God-tier compensation pick, right? Compensatory pick. I get he can't fill the draft with too many of those picks, but I feel like quarterback should be a special order. If you lose a quarterback and they get paid a ton of money and they trigger that compensatory value, maybe they should give you a late second, early third. It's a quarterback, you know? Green Bay, they did the legwork here. This isn't the same, I've seen some Titans fans like, oh, we should have had, Malik Willis, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. This is not Tennessee Titans Malik Willis. This is Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, Green Bay development. I almost called him Patrick Willis. Malik Willis. This ain't no same guy you're talking about. This is a guy that has learned some things, all right? We put the Max Camp Counselor XP upgrade on this guy. He's different, all right? Was there anyone on offense we wanted to see? The center, actually. Again, another guy we had a boost. And yes, he is 32, but he barely got to an 84, 85 overall with the boost. We did a whole lot of cheating in this rebuild. I'm going to be real with you. we boosted some things, all right? Of course, I think they're fair. I think Malik deserves to be boosted. You could even argue maybe 75 is too high, but just what we've seen from the 4 games he's played in Green Bay, he has played well. He was, from those 2 games, technically wasn't valid for some of those. One of the highest graded quarterbacks last year. Already one of the highest graded quarterbacks this year, just from the 2 games he's played. Again, it's not the same, right? It's not the same as playing a full season, and I suspect when he does inevitably get a chance, and somebody does probably roll him out as a starter, it's going to look a lot worse, especially without the scheme in place. But in general, even if he played for Green Bay for a full season, it's going to look worse. But as of right now, he is graded high enough to deserve as minimum as 75 overall, normal dev, not even star dev, which I get it. You can kind of argue it actually took him a while to develop, but he's also almost the same age as Penix. He's a bit older, a little bit older, but not by a crazy amount either. They're pretty similar. I know it's not the same years played, but pretty damn similar if you ask me. Of course, we're yapping through this because really you don't need to hear me talk about the overalls. You just kind of need to see them. You need to see them for yourself. 36 press is so bad, by the way. One of these years, though, we'll actually be able to just stay on the side that we're looking at players. I don't have to click right bumper every time. It's pretty valid. It's not something small that only a select few people are going to use. I'd say a lot of people go in and look at their players like this. Right? A lot of people go in and they have to go back and forth, back and forth. Of course, our playoff legend. What a guy winning the game. I was going to go in and watch the plays, but then he just intercepted the ball right as I was about to go in. Crowder, though, 91 finesse. Look at him go. And then really the last player I care about, Shields. I can't believe Roberson, though. We could have traded up, got a generational DT, and said we landed an 81, well, now 81 overall normal dev who's going to need a contract we can't afford. He's still good. We just never developed him. But anyways, though, that is going to be it for the, if you want to call it, realistic style rebuild of the Atlanta Falcons, where we ended up going for Malik Willis, and it worked out to perfection. Of course, would this have happened if we had Penix? Absolutely not. Obviously, he's left-handed. There's no way. It's not the playbooks. The scheme plays no factor. EA said so themselves. You're talking crazy. Anyways, so if you guys did enjoy it, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification to all. I don't know why I didn't ask this earlier, but what team do you see Willis playing for? What team do you want him to play for? And do you think he'll play well? Again, let me know what team you want to see rebuilt next. I think I might actually have this up instead of the Lions rebuild, so Lions might be Tuesday. I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore, to be honest with you. Either way, I appreciate y'all for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,